All right. Well, I see we got 3 people here. I said I was going to come on a little early to show off some things on the amp chassis. So I'll give it a couple minutes, but I didn't want to hog up time during the members show because we do have a giveaway tonight. And I know StreamYard's chat's a little funky, and I have no Wi-Fi on my internet. And since I'm not a member, I can't watch on my computer from work. So if you guys are chatting, it may take a little bit for it to show up in StreamYard. Let me see what I can do about no, that working. Hey, Bruce, yours, Rob's, and G-Bud's got dropped off at the post office today. We got a member coming in and out. I don't know if that's because they're switching from cell phone or whatever, but like I said, there were some things that I wanted to go over, but I was having some hard time because of the echo. Now I know why they say get an earpiece. Hey, Jim, thanks for showing up, man. And for whenever you're doing a multiple channels, now I understand why. I may have to look into that in the future if I'm going to do that more often, because it was torture trying to listen to what Brian and Adam were saying, and then waiting for the echo to get over before I would talk, and it was mad. It was bad. Oh man, no problem. I'm looking forward to getting Steve's package this next week. I'll put it that way. So anyway, as like I said, this is early for the members, but I'll show it whenever the member show starts again. But I did print off all the members. And as you can see over there, everybody's got a number. And what will happen is I got 6 cars. I got 2 4-gear, 2 extraction, and 2 Ultra Gs. And so the only rule will be is the second winner can't pick the same chassis. So I want one of each chassis to be available, at least on the other side too. So that way 2 people don't pick the same 4-gear or the extraction or whatever, and I've only got 2 4-gear or 2 Ultra Thunderjets, you know what I'm saying? So, oh, nice, John. Yeah, I saw your thing, your comment. I just didn't want to. I didn't want to get Brian going, so he was already taking several turns down the path on our show. And thanks to 9 of you for showing up early. Honestly, I have not had those cars, those chassis. Yeah, no, that was good stuff, though. And I'm glad. I hope you liked the little surprise I threw in there for you, Ford guy. You know it had to be a Mustang, right? But so what I did is I got the cool. I'm sorry, the camera's way up here because I've got it set up so you guys can see the track like I normally do, and I've got it set up with the lap timer so you guys can actually see the lap times. So what I was going to do was, the first thing I was going to do was turn on the little scale. I haven't got it set up for how strong the magnets are yet, the magnetization, if I could spit it out right with my partial. But what we will do is weigh them, and I have already weighed them on the amp chassis, and so I've got a pretty good idea. But I've got we'll weigh them with the amp chassis and the magnet traction T-Jet and the 4-gear just to see what the weight differences are. And then I figured, what the hell? I've got a brand new extraction here, and then I've already stuck the brand new amp chassis version underneath it. Oh yeah, no, oh no, you're good. But I can show you real quick, Jim. That's not a problem. So basically, to do the StreamYard thing, you're going to have a way to use two computers unless you use the OBS software. And then you can plug in two cameras into one computer on OBS. But on StreamYard, like what I'm on right now, I have to use two separate laptops. And then what I do is I invite myself via email, and it sends me the link, and then I connect with that link on the other laptop that has the other camera on it, and then that's the one that has the lap timer on it. Now, OBS software is the one that I would suggest. It's a little more complicated to get figured out, but once you get a basic understanding of it, like I did, then you can see it's in full 1080, and you can control where the picture-in-picture goes and how big it is. So that's pretty cool stuff too. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, see, so basically here, let me, because the mayor wanted to know about that too. Okay, so yeah. So there's the camera that has that's the second that's the first laptop. And then I'm waiting on, anytime I use a streaming service, it makes my controls for my camera slower. And then there you go. So you can see I've got the Logitech plugged into the laptop, and then I connected it to the link, and then I started my Viasu timing. And then if you want to go the extra step, you can, what I do is I cast it from my laptop to my TV. And so I mute this camera's mic so it doesn't echo. And that way I can still see the lap times on my TV. Does that answer some questions for you? But two cameras is a must. So here, let me, like I said, I know that there's a delay, and I'll be sure and answer any questions you have. Anybody has any questions, I'm happy to help. In fact, we're going to be doing YouTube on the subscribers side. I just wanted to make sure, in case the show with Adam and Brian went long, that it was just easier for me to go straight into StreamYard and go live. But anyway, let me switch the camera around. I'm going to put these on the my little scale there so we can get a weight comparing each chassis to each chassis. The only thing I won't do is I'm not going to pull the body off the Thunderjet because it will not fit on the new amp chassis. So I'm just going to weigh that all as one. So it's my Batmobile on an Ultra G, as you can see there. And then there's the amp version, but I don't have a guide pin that'll work with it. So I can't make it work on the track. So that's about the only review we can give on that. But you can see that there's no way that body would fit on that chassis. Just there's no way. And that is the correct way. That's the amp chassis is the right way. In case you're wondering if I got it on there backwards. Hey Adam, thanks for running back in, buddy. I saw you were turning down pizza. No problem, Jim. If you need to, shoot me a text, give me a call, whatever, buddy. Always happy to help. So anyway, let me switch the camera around here. I'll weigh them, and then I've also got the 4-gear over here, and then we'll go to the camera with the track view and the lap timer, and then we'll just skip the Thunderjet because that's, like I said, I can't run the amp version. So we'll just go with the magnet traction first, and then I'll put the body like I've already got it on the amp chassis version. And then I'm not going to mess up the chassis because Auto World asked me to return these. So I am just going to run this chassis by itself, but I'll also run a 4-gear chassis by itself. So let's get the camera around, get the weights out, see what they look like. I already know but I want to share. This is an informational channel. So, hey, Dell. All right. Okay, so it's already set up for grams. I don't know. Is that? I may have to. Trying to see if that's even going to show up. I may just have to tell you. Yeah, the car will slide off of there. So I'll just tell you. This is a stock magnet traction or extraction. Sorry. And it weighs 260 grams. And this is the amp version. It weighs 240 grams. So you've already shaved 20 grams of weight off with the new chassis versus the old chassis. That's pretty impressive. So all those extra gears, and I know where the weight's coming in. It's coming in from that armature. Hey, Mike. Hope you and Steffi are doing well, not flooding away. And then, like I mentioned in the show, one of the things I really hate about it, trying to get it, like I said, the camera's way far away and it's zoomed in, but you can see the way they got the resistor over here. And what I thought was unique in that one of the upgrades I told them that Brian needed to let Auto World know about. Oh, there we go. As you can see, those little itty bitty square shoes. Well, there's nothing that fits those. Here, I'm trying to center it up. So there's nothing that's going to fit those. So that's going to be a custom shoe. And so to help, one of the couple of design issues that I had with it was get rid of those wires that are hard soldered. That's a hard wire right there, guys. That's with a solder. So if you grab that the wrong way, it's going to break. So horrible design on that. And then, but you'll notice, trying to get it up close to the camera. See that little circuit board right there underneath the front rims? So the springs from the shoes ride up and connect directly to that board. Each one of those sides, there's a hard wire on this side and a flexible wire on this side to connect to that circuit board. And those both connect up to this circuit board on the top. And then the circuit board on the top has one that goes down to the motor, and then the other side to the ground. Hey, Paul. So my suggestion was, I have to explain that. So you got to get rid of that. You got to get rid of that. And then the shoe problem here, those are way too small and they don't work. So my solution is get a smaller motor so you could move it back, even if you had to leave that up there, because of the copyright with AFX. But at least then you could move that little circuit board back against closer to the motor, and then you could make a longer shoe that would actually, try to work. And you're getting rid of that horrible hard line wire and stuff that goes over the front axle. Just my suggestion. Hey, Paul, thanks for showing up, man. So that was my major improvements there. Obviously, the motor's too big, just bottom line. But if you had a smaller motor, move that back, you could still keep the same design with that circuit board. You could make a longer shoe, and you're getting rid of that. So you're killing a lot of problems by doing my suggestion. But, it's just a suggestion. They may be able to come back and tell me why they can't do that. But, to me, that seems pretty logical. Oops. So here, I'll quit rambling on about that. So that's my observation overall on the chassis, on something that they could improve from an engineering standpoint that would make it A, more durable, B, if you could make it to where at least one of your common shoe sizes fit your chassis again, then it's going to help with part costs instead of having to manufacture a whole new spring and and shoe assembly. So if they have to keep that RF thing in there, there's a way to do that over the board and then move that little board back to where the springs would ride on it, so it's still a direct connection, and then do it that way and try to have a longer shoe with a smaller motor. That's my suggestion. So anyway, so here's the Ultra G version of the amp chassis. 220 grams. And just to remind you, 234, so about 14 more grams than that. And this one has a body on it. Yeah, 344. That's not even fair. So, yeah, 220, 234, and here's the 4-gear version, which, believe it or not, that motor will work with the 4-gear, in my opinion. They other than they need to redo that whole front part again, like I mentioned, so that you can do the shoes. And but just my thoughts. So that's 240. So it's gone up 220 to 234. There's 14 grams, and then we added another 6 grams when we threw on the 4-gear version. So just to do it again. Yep, 240 and 264. So 24 grams lighter the amp chassis is versus the old 4-gear style. And those of you that know cars and like to go fast, weight is one of the biggest things. So if you have a powerful motor, a light chassis, and some decent traction magnets and some good tires, your car is going to go fast. It's a recipe to go fast. Hey, Rick, thanks for running in, man. Well, okay, yeah, so there's the normal part of the we got through the first 15 minutes, whatever. But let me switch the camera around, get it on the track so we can spend the next 10 or 15 minutes, whatever it is, because I do want to run the 4-gear against the 4-gear on the track and show the lap times. And I do want to run the X-Traction versus the amp version. And then I do have a body for it, so it'll be easier to see. The only reason why I can't on this one is because, like I said, the wheelbase, if you'll notice, it's in the forward hole for the funny car, and on this chassis, it's in the middle hole. And like I said, since this has to go back to Auto World, I don't want to destroy it. So we'll run those bare, and then I'll run this awesome Mustang body exclusive from the Slot Car Depot, Shelby GT500. Yeah, I'm going to reiterate them to Brian, because I think those are some valid ways that they could still use their design, but just modify it and make it better. But, you know, it all depends on the size of the motor, too. There we go. All right. So I'm going to put the X-Traction. Now, this is a brand new car. My buddy Adam, I told him I wanted one so I could put a Super 7 chassis underneath it, or a Viper. And he sent it to me. And so it's brand new. It's never been ran. It's never been on the track. So we're going to get an honest to God, this just came out of the bubble pack review of how fast this thing goes on my track. I'll clear out the lap times. I'll run 5 laps that I don't crash. And then I'll switch it over to the amp version, and I'll do 5 laps that way too. I know what's going to happen without even seeing the lap timer, but you know, The can motor should kill it. I'll just put it that way. Hey, Jeff, thanks for joining in, man. All right. Oh, well, we're off to a bad start. Yeah. So the extractions have like no magnet strength. It's like driving, almost like driving a non-mag car. Yeah, see, oh boy, this is such a different world than what I'm used to. Yeah, I'm having to go so slow around the corners so I don't fall off. It's pretty embarrassing, actually. Tires are awful. Yeah. Oh no, they're horrible. Like I said, I'm comparing dead stock to dead stock. You know I could put some gel claws on there and make a huge difference. But I'm just trying to get at least a. Yeah, see, I can't even go wide open. The thing kicks the tires off and it spits it out of the slot. All right, so I'm going to try to go one more lap. 9.5. Boy, that's. Come on, Mustang. Oh, I gunned it. It about lost it again. Oh. A lap without a crash. Okay, so 9.5. I'm calling it. I gave it the benefit of the doubt. That's pretty sad. But it is bone stock. I didn't wipe any of the goo off or anything. So here we're going to the amp chassis, bone stock. Nothing's been changed on it. I haven't changed the tires. They're the very same way Brian sent it to me, just to prove it. The chute. I've never ran this car, so I've been dying to get this thing on my track. So, oh wow. Whoa. Okay. Little different than what I just drove. Yeah. Okay, so I tried to gun it. Yeah, well, I can tell you right now, if I had some tires on this thing, it'd be a whole lot and a stronger traction magnet. This thing would be fast. I mean, I know if ands, or buts, or candies and nuts, but we'd all have a Merry Christmas. But I am. Yeah. 6.7. Yeah, that's pretty good. They're great for Sunday drive. Yeah. So obviously the amp chassis is a winner as far as smoothness goes. But it does have a lot of major design flaws. And if you're going to have a car this fast with a traction magnet that small, you're going to need to bump up the strength significantly. And as you can see, I was getting faster the more I got the chance to drive it. It's smooth. It's got really hard tires and needs a stronger traction magnet. Oh yeah, Dan. Hey, Danny. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's much faster. No, I'm Well, this thing just has one traction magnet, and this one has two, and it's got a stronger motor. Exactly, Paul. No, it's got amazing potential. I could see where this would be a lot, like I said, a lot of fun with a stronger traction magnet and some better tires just the way it is. And I'm going to play with it like that before I send it back. So I'm going to try to see what I can do without mutilating those magnets and see if I can't find something stronger. Yeah. But anyway, we got the rest of the show to do. I've got two more chassis to run. I'm going to run the a bone stock, brand new 4-gear, and then I'll run the amp chassis version. You don't think it needs stronger magnets? Well, it couldn't even hold my wide open banks. That tells me it needs more magnet if it's going to have that motor. It can't hold my banks because the Mega G Plus factory can hold my banks. Help I put it in the right lane. Factory tires, and I tried to gun it through the bank corner. All right, so 627. It actually beat the amp chassis version of the X-Traction, but that's because, like I said, I couldn't go wide open. So here's the amp version, and I've got about 3 minutes. So then we got to do our normal show. And once again, I put it in the wrong lane. Well, I wanted to see if it'd hold the corner wide open, and it used my bank corner as a ramp and flew off into the wall. So I just got to test the durability of it. And what do you know? No shoes fell off. Nothing broke. All right. I mean, I watched it literally fly straight off the corner right over into the door and hit one of the new packaged cars on the door. Oh, you can? Okay. I'm going to try. I'll try that Monday night, Mark. Thanks for the tip. Yeah, you guys have had more practice. Damn it. Pardon my French, but I just did it again. The thing's fast. This time it's stuck to the chair that I normally sit in. So let's see if I can make a lap this time and I won't gun it. It's hard not to, man. This thing's a... Yeah, man, this thing has so much power. As soon as I floor it, it just flies off the track. I mean, like literally just, you saw it on a straightaway. I just gunned it and it just flew off. Like a little torpedo, yeah. Yeah. That's exactly. Well, yeah, let me try to slow down. I mean, part of the reason why I was able to go so fast with the 4-gear is because I could hold it wide open in some spots, and this one I can't at all. It just flies off the track. Yeah. Oh, once again, tires maybe, and then Mark's trick of pushing the magnets down. Yeah. Once again, it's got way more motor than um, these tires can handle for sure. So, but I think they're on the right track. I hope everybody recognizes that they are. I think they're on the right track anyway. I think it's a good deal. Well, here, Shep, let me switch that, remove that one. Get the camera moving. Well, we got 32 people here, line. Here, I guess let me get back in my. I had to move the camera out of the way. Um, I would definitely think it's an advancement, Bill, just based on the fact that they just didn't throw them out there and say you're stuck with it. They just ran a limited number to put in some sets and get some general public feedback, and now they're asking for Brian to get feedback from the community. I think that's a positive step in the right direction. I honestly think it's a winner if they could just fix a few of the things like I pointed out at the very beginning. It's light. Obviously it has a lot of power, but that motor has to change. The way they attach everything has to change. My suggestion, is either a stronger magnet or, like Mark said, if you have to push them down there farther. But when I can floor it on a straightaway and the car flies off the track, that's pretty impressive. Yeah, Bill, that's the best part that I heard from Brian was the fact that they weren't going to get rid of their original chassis. They were just going to add these to their line. So it's going to be a two-pronged effort. So it's going to keep everybody that loves their, Ultra Gs, their extractions, and their 4 gears. They're, going to be happy as pie. Honestly, I can see where Josh with 406 Speedway, I don't know if you got to catch Kenton's show the other night, but he was showing off some of his cars, and I can guarantee you that 4 gear chassis underneath a funny car body on a drag strip with the right tires would haul some ass. Exactly. That's my point, Bill. Right there is the hobby's supposed to be fun. If we all did the same thing, then nobody would be watching anybody else's channel. Because that's the beauty of this hobby. Is there's so many different things you can do, and it's still the same hobby. If you like the diorama, you can go crazy with the diorama. If you like going fast, you can go crazy going fast. If you like to collect, you can go crazy collecting. And then you can, depending on what you like to drive as a car, you've got so many different chassis options. It's pretty cool. I love it. Okay. Nice. Okay, John. Well, thanks, like I said, for all 32 of you that showed up. When I ran this list, like literally an hour before Brian and Adam did our little show, and thanks again for Pro Tinker Toys and Adam joining in. And most of all, thank you to Auto World for letting me be a part of it. That's pretty kick ass. And like I said, when they do finally put one out, they're going to know that they heard from the people in the community. And let's just hope they make a lot of the improvements, because some of the stuff that I made, I was looking at a manufacturing cost standpoint and return thing if they're trying to get into Walmart. So you need something way more durable than what you've got right there. And but anyway, I'm not going to rehash it. Yeah, see, Mark, I got to know. I was telling Adam, you were like the YouTube ninja. No, I didn't know you were going on. I was at Hobby Lobby today, getting cars for what we're getting ready to do right now, for the giveaway. And then once again, this is for the giveaway auction, or for the auction that we did for Mike on his HO cars, so that he could afford to buy some of the scale that he races now. He's racing at Todd with Toju Racing. He's racing at his track. And so since things have gotten tight, his wife said, you're no more extra money for the slot car stuff, but he still wants to compete like all of us do. So thank you again to everybody that did that. But his way of saying thank you to all of us for helping out, because you know, those cars were, he said, when I spoke to him, he hadn't seen those cars for over 20 years whenever he got them out. And he was amazed that I got them running. So big shout out to him for donating $100 back. I threw in some extra money on top of it so that we could have 6 prizes. And that meant, like I mentioned, we're going to have 2 on the member side and 4 on the subscriber side. And only members are eligible to win twice. And then what I did was I printed off everybody's name. And so thank you all 48 members to the channel. That's the official count as of, like I said, an hour beforehand. So like I mentioned, we've got odds and even numbers. Obviously, you can see everybody's numbered. I just went right down the list. I didn't assign anybody a number. And like I said, that way is the fairest I can be, because I am going to use the random number generator. I thought I'd be able to do odds and evens. So what I was going to do is I'll do the random number generator, and if I'm going to say I'm going to do the even number first, and then I'll try to generate a number for the odd number. So that way I don't have to try to mix them all up. But here's the deal. I've got 2 Ultra G's, I've got 2 extraction, I've got 2 4-gear. So the first person that wins, which will be the even, since I said that first, so the even winner will get to pick one of those cars. Now, they're not going to get to see it until they pick which chassis they want, but then I'll show them both cars, and then they'll be able to pick which one they want out of that chassis. The odd winner can't pick that same chassis, because I want one of each available on the member side also, or on the subscriber side also. So just remember, so if someone picks a 4-gear, then you're down to the extraction or the Ultra G, or if they pick the Ultra G, you're down to the extraction and the 4-gear. But you see where I'm going on that. So like I said, everybody that's a member, you didn't have to be here live, like I said, but if you are here live, thank you. Because you get to pick your car. But if you're not here and you win, then you've got to reach out to me this week so I can get your car shipped out, because you're going to get stuck with what's left. So that's why I wanted everybody to be live. So if you're a member and you win, nobody's going to pick a car for you. You're going to get stuck with what's left, but it's still a free car and it still gets shipped to you for free. Oh, I agree, Bill. All right, so let me pull up the old, because I still got to show off Danny's cars that we're going to be auctioning off. Random number generator. So this first number, whenever I'm still dealing with my old phone, by the way. All right. So there's 48 members. So just to show everybody, like I do on the normal show, I've got it 1 to 48, and I'll hit the number. And if it's an odd number, then I'm going to hit it again. If it's an even number, I'm going to go to the list and see who it is. My wonderful cell service is loading the imaginary number, the random number now. That's so awesome. And I apologize. The last thing I see is nobody from John laughing. So like I said, I know the chat's a little slow, and I apologize. But hey, we're up to 36. Thank you, 36 people. Well, apparently that's going to be way too slow. So here, just let me open it up on Google, and then I can just take a picture and show. So okay, so it did pull up an even number on the very first one, so I can take a picture. I thought I could take a picture. I hit my mouse and it opened up another page. Okay, so the last thing I see in the chat is still nobody laughing or being laughed at by John. But the number's 36. Let me see, I'll shrink it down just to show you. There's the whole page. So 36. That's kind of cool, almost right in the middle. Not towards the end. Sweet Jane! Who dat? So is the mayor or Sweet Jane here with us? I'm writing down the member winner number even, and the number was 36, and Sweet Jane. That's crazy. Haven't seen them yet. Hey, Adam, do you want to text the mayor real quick and tell him that he needs to get her on here, or she'll get stuck with what's left? Yeah, the mayor is here more often than she is, Paul, because she goes out with her friends a lot on the weekends and from work and stuff like that, and I don't blame her. Go out and have some fun. Yeah, everyone give Jane a round of applause. She's the winner either way. I just want to see if we can pick something, if the mayor wants to pick something for her versus getting what's left. But while we're waiting, you just texted him? Okay, cool. Thank you, Adam. Well, I'm just going to tell you right now, the two of each, the cars I got are pretty cool. Hey, Dell, we'll tell the family I said hello. Thank you all for joining in. From the lobby of hobbies, yes. And it was storming and it was cold today. And on my way home, I heard on the radio, flurries tomorrow. I am not a happy camper. It was just 70 degrees, man. I mean, I don't want the storms either. Oh, G-Bud. Oh, G-Bud texted him too. Thank you, G-Bud. Thank you for joining in, buddy. No, the worst part is my dog. Here. Hey, Todd, thanks for joining in, man. Gabby, Brody, Patty, and me. Well, hello, everybody at Dell's household. Thank you all for joining in. I appreciate you guys' support. Hope you guys have a good night tonight, and good luck to everybody. So we'll give the mayor till 6:45 my time. Oops, wrong way. There she is. So that is Phoenix. That's my 15-year-old German Shepherd. She turned 15 in January. And if you can kind of see back there, right there, that she's wearing a diaper. And so it was all good running around today until she filled said diaper with some poo. And then I had to crack all 4 windows on the Tahoe because her diaper was full. Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, she's my sweetie. So, G-Bud or Adam, did he text you back and say that he was going to join in real quick, or do we need to go on? And I'll let the odd person pick first because it's 6:45 and we still got to show off Danny's awesome cars. Yeah, no answer. Yeah, the Tahoe's the daily. The Tiaho. That's what I call it. Like the Indians, Tia ho ho Tia. Yeah, Paul, she, like I said, she's my baby. Okay, so the Sweet Jane won, and if they happen to join in before the end of the member show, then we'll let them pick. But let me go. Hey, Patrick, perfect timing, man. We're getting ready to pick the odd winner. So the even winner was Jane with the number 36. So we have 48 members. I'm generating the number again. Oh, wow. Got lucky and hit it again. Okay, so I'll take a picture. It was another odd number the very first try. Is it even showing up because it's so whited out? I don't think so. Well, the number's 33. I can't see it on my computer, which tells me you guys probably can't see it either. There it is. Yeah, 33. And there's the whole screenshot if anybody's interested. So let me see who number 33 was. Oh my gosh, John. The man that's thanking everybody for getting his little packages. There it is. Congratulations, John. Yeah, that's you, buddy. So you pick what chassis, 4-gear, extraction, or Ultra G? Yeah, everyone give him a round of applause. You guys all had the same chance to win. Everybody was here. It was a random number, well, on the phone, on the computer, but like I said, I included every member, whether you're here live or not. And so that's the beauty of being a member. You just never know when you're going to get something for free. And this just so happens to be thanks to Mike and myself because I paid extra. Ultra G. I think I paired them together. Yep. Oh, well. Rick. Are you taking up Rich's? So yeah, you've got a pink Dodge Challenger TA or a 67 Stingray Corvette Coupe. Yeah, I kind of figured the Corvette. So there it is. See, straight from the lobby. And I know that Jane would love that car. So Oh no, this one is John's. And hi, Sweet Jane. But since he picked the Ultra G, here, let me write it down first before I forget everything. John 33 blue Corvette. All right, so since he picked the Ultra G, she's got to pick between the Extraction or 4-gear. And then she'll get to pick which chassis she wants, or which one she wants out of the two. So you tell me 4-gear or Extraction. Four-gear. All right. So you can go with the John Ford Chevrolet or the Matt Hagen Dodge. And Jane, thank you for showing up tonight, and congratulations on your win. Pretty green or the American flag, red, white, and blue, hot dogs and Chevrolet. Broken down on the side of the road today. Green. So there it is. Everyone give Sweet Jane a round of applause. Congratulations. So now you guys know what the other two cars are. So if you happen to win on the subscribers side, then you know which one you want to try to pick. But if it's the Extraction chassis, then you don't know which two cars they are. So put those away so you can't see them. So it's a surprise. Let me write down Sweet Jane green funny car. Our friends think you're crazy. You're slot car crazy, as Troy would say. Let me get some of my crap off the table here, because we won't be racing cars on the subscribers show. And one last look at the two awesome cars. And congratulations again, John and Sweet Jane. And thank you guys for your membership. Thank everybody for your membership. And I hope to do random stuff like this more in the future. Which brings me to the next thing before I finish cleaning off the table. Next weekend, I'm going to be reading off this list. And if you've been a member for more than a year, you're gonna get your name called out during the member show, and I need you to email me your shirt size and what color you want and what style you want of a t-shirt. Or if you're a woman, if you want one of the female versions of the shirts, if you're so desired, then you can do that too. But I don't know if you read as part of your membership, but even on the lowest level at 99 cents, because like I said, I'm not here to make money on the channel. I'm here to promote the hobby. So I figured I'd use all of that money plus a little bit of my own to buy a free t-shirt for the people that stayed a member for a full year. And so I'm going to be doing those to where I can afford them in blocks of 5. And so I'll do the first 5 next Saturday night, and I'll read those off on the member show. But I do want everybody to know that if you have been a member for a year or more, I'll start with the oldest and work my way up to the newest ones at a 12-month mark. Then my way of saying thank you for your continued patronage is I'm going to send you a Scott's House shirt. Yeah, we know which one, Rich. Exactly, Rick. Oh, I agree 100%, Danny. No, I saw those cars and I was like, oh yeah, there's a good mix there. And you guys haven't even seen the Extraction versions yet. So, like I said, this is my way of saying thank you. Just to prove once again, I'm not here to make money off of the YouTube channel. I'm here to support the hobby. And so all of your channel money won't be going for prizes. for your membership. It's actually going to go for you getting a t-shirt. So thank you. No matter what level you're on, if you've been a member for more than a year. And then if you have, if you're a team member and you've been over a year, I'm going to throw in something extra of my way of saying thank you for that. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate it sincerely. Like I said, every little bit helps. And like I said, if you guys didn't watch, it'd just be me by myself. So you can see how entertained the dog is with that. Let me get rid of that. And once again, Adam, Alex, and Brianna have, hey, Alex, I'm just getting ready to brag on you. They have donated the pit kit giveaways for the 60, 70, 80 tonight. So here's how it's going to work. We're going to talk about the show a little bit, about the amp chassis on the subscriber side. Talk about the amp chassis a little bit. See what other input anybody else has if they've had any experience with them, so that we can add that in. Adam and I can do the thing to Auto World to get to Brian. And then we're going to do our auction show. And then after the auction show, we'll do the 60, 70, 80. And then just to see who's, true blue and loyal and stays to the very end, that's when we're going to do the subscriber giveaway of the 4 cars that are left. So that's going to be the very last thing we do. So I want to see how long we can keep people interested the whole show. So thank you to everybody. And thank you again, Adam, Alex, and Brianna, for supporting us with this. Awesome. And in case you guys missed it, Bruce, Rob, and G-Bud, your cars were dropped off at the post office by me today. I did notice that they haven't updated anything from what I've dropped off earlier this week. So anybody that got an email earlier this week, please just be patient. I see the same thing you see. So let me spin the camera around. Oops, wrong one. And I'll back it off. Yeah, when you're on StreamYard or you're streaming through anything but YouTube, it goes a little slower, a lot slower to be more accurate. All right. So just to remind everybody what we have up for night, we've got the Aussie Vineyards Mega G that didn't sell last week. The bid went on it. We have the 2 Porsche 959 Tomy turbos and Super Racing Turbo. Yeah, they're both of these are SRTs. And like I said, all of these are collector worthy. I mean, these are like, put them in your box if you want to. Oh yeah, no, the one of the more desirable Hardy's cars. This used to be Jim Slot Car Obsession's picture car. The Hardy's Lumina with the Lumina in the windshield. That's very desirable. A Rusty Wallace that's mint, the number 27. Back before it was even Penske South, it was just Penske, for a little history. Then we have a couple of Porsches, Audis that are customs that are on Mega G Plus chassis. Those things look badass. And then the last 2 in the little cubes here are the Horsepower Shootout Mustang and Camaro. And these have never been ran, so if you see them on eBay, then you're basically getting the same deal there, but you're helping somebody. So if you want to have one or both of those cars and you don't want to buy the track set, here's your chance. And then we do have some carded cars too. We've got the Electric Racer Extreme Racing Porsche 935, purple with the shock and flames, electricity going around it. Pretty cool. This is a hard to find Ted Musgrave number 16 Ford Taurus Prime Star. This is a hard car to find. Brand new in the package. We got a couple of the hot rods. We got the 40 Ford Coupe. Those are always kind of cool. And then we got the Wipeout Corvette. You may have seen this one. This one was sold on Brian's auction this week out of the package. But now you can have one new in the package and open it up yourself. And then last but not least, I saved the little red Corvette for last. And that's part of the classics. And that's also the photo car, what they call the picture car for the packaging, like the Thunderbirds. So pretty cool stuff. So we got some pretty awesome cars to auction off tonight. I mean, you need more display cases. Yep. Yeah, Jim. Exactly, buddy. Oh, yeah, that GT40. Those are from, if you missed the last Tuesday night's testing fun, that GT40 is the one that Adam gifted me. And then whenever he sent me the Audi that I bought off of his awesome sale that he had the other night, he threw in that Bob Beers deep purple 57 Chevy with an extraction chassis on it. So I wanted to be sure and show him my thanks and make those my display cars for tonight's show. And so obviously I got a lot of changing around to do with the camera and stuff, because the way it's all set up right now, the way it was set up right now was for me to show off the track and the lap timer and to be on the show with Adam and Brian. Now I need to move the camera down, move it in front of the table, and get the camera position set up a little differently. But guys, like I said, thank you to Mike for doing that. I hope the members, you had fun having your own little chance to have a members only giveaway, getting to pick your car. Same thing's going to happen on the other side, but only one person's going to be able to pick between the two extraction. So we got one Ultra G, we got one 4-gear, and we got 2 extractions to give away thanks to Mike. If we get the 60, 70, 80, then once again, thanks to my buddy Adam, his son Alex, and his wife Brianna for sponsoring the pit kits for tonight. They're all the same. So it'll be the 40 wheelies for all of them. And we've got some awesome cars to auction off for Danny tonight. Just to give a quick heads up, I've already transferred the money to Mike. He has confirmed he's received it. And him and his wife are going to try to join in tonight on the show so they can see the happy people's faces that win the cars. So, guys, thank you so much for your patronage and support. Hope the little AMP chassis review running the cars around the track, that was kind of futile. But at least we got the decent comparison. I think they're in the right direction. Be sure and let Adam, myself, or Brian know if you've got any other ideas besides what you've heard tonight, because like I said, they're listening. Now's the time to let them hear what we think. So thank you so much. I'll see you in about 10 minutes on the subscriber side. Thanks again, guys. Appreciate it.